Have you ever caught yourself saying, "That's my baby," while cuddling your dog, only to pause and think, "Wait, did I just say that out loud?" You're not alone. Millions of people talk to their dogs like toddlers, celebrate their gotcha day like a birthday, and treat their pups better than some humans. And while some find that adorable, others think it's downright weird. But what if I told you there's a hidden psychology behind this? And no, it's not just about being extra. In fact, calling your dog "my baby" might reveal deeper truths about emotional needs, identity, and even trauma. Sounds intense, right? That's because it is. We're not just talking about pet costumes or doggy strollers here. We're diving into the emotional undercurrents, the real psychological reasons why treating pets like children has become so common. From the pet humanization psychology to the emotional attachment to pets, you'll understand why this behavior is exploding and what it really means. But this video isn't about judging, it's about uncovering. Because when you truly understand the psychology of pet parents, you might start to see your dog, and yourself, a little differently. Stick around, because in the next few minutes we'll explore the deep, sometimes surprising truths behind this modern-day phenomenon. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Why people call pets babies. The emotional anchor beneath the words. It might sound sweet or silly, but when someone calls their dog "my baby," there's often more going on than affection alone. Beneath that simple phrase is a strong emotional anchor, a deep need to love, nurture, and be needed in return. For many, especially those without children or whose kids have grown up, pets fill that emotional space. It's not just cute, it's comforting. And that comfort taps right into the core of pet parent psychology. Think about it. Dogs don't judge, they don't hold grudges, and they don't outgrow your lap. That kind of unconditional presence creates a powerful emotional attachment to pets. It feels natural to extend human labels like baby to something that gives you such consistent emotional reward. When people say "my baby," they're often expressing the level of emotional support they receive, even if unconsciously. And yes, there's actual psychology backing this. Studies in pet bonding psychology show our brains respond to our dogs in the same way we respond to human infants. And it's not just about loneliness or filling a void, it's also about identity. Being a dog mom or dog dad becomes part of who you are. Social media bios, mugs, t-shirts, dog parenting is a badge of love. And for many, it's the healthiest outlet they have for expressing care. It makes sense when you look at the rise in treating pets like children, especially in fast-paced societies where emotional connection can be hard to find. But what if there's even more to this behavior than just affection? The human-animal connection and why pets feel like family. When someone says their dog is part of the family, they mean it, and not just in a poetic way. The human-animal connection runs deeper than most people realize. Psychologically, our brains are wired to form bonds with beings that rely on us, respond to us, and show us affection. And dogs? They tick every single box. They mirror emotions, seek closeness, and even learn our routines better than some relatives. It's no wonder dogs as family members isn't just a saying, it's a lived experience. Take a moment to think about how dogs participate in our lives. They're in family photos, they're considered when moving houses, and their birthdays are sometimes more celebrated than ours. This isn't excessive. It's a reflection of why we love our pets so much. Our brains release oxytocin, the same bonding hormone we experience with human relationships, when we cuddle or even just look into our dog's eyes. That's a strong neurochemical handshake reinforcing pet love psychology, and it's real science, not just sentiment. Here's something powerful to consider. Many people who struggle with human connection find healing through their pets. It's not unusual for someone recovering from heartbreak, loss, or anxiety to find stability in dog parenting. That's the beauty of pets and mental health. They don't just make us feel better, they give us a reason to show up, to nurture, and to love again. By the way, if you're enjoying this and nodding along, feel free to like the video or subscribe if this kind of stuff speaks to you. But here's the real twist. What if this bond, as beautiful as it is, also reveals unspoken psychological needs we rarely acknowledge? The psychology of nurturing. Why dogs trigger our caregiving instincts. There's a reason your heart melts when your dog looks at you with those wide, innocent eyes. It's biology at work. Dogs are experts at activating the human caregiving system. From their round faces to their needy little behaviors, they mimic the cues we naturally respond to in babies. This taps directly into dog owner psychology and helps explain why treating dogs like kids feels so intuitive. It's not weakness, it's wiring. In psychology, this is often called neoteny, the retention of juvenile traits. It's why dogs seem forever childlike, and why we react with immediate affection. We're evolutionarily primed to protect and nurture beings that show these traits. So when you tuck your pup into bed, speak in a baby voice, or worry if they ate enough, you're not losing it. You're responding to biological cues that trigger a deep-seated part of pet-parent psychology. And the reward? That fulfilling sense of purpose that comes with being needed. But let's go deeper. For many, nurturing a dog offers emotional healing that human relationships sometimes can't. Think of someone who's experienced loss, or someone navigating life transitions. They often become incredibly devoted dog moms or dog dads. Why? Because caregiving is grounding. It gives structure to your day and puts love back in motion. It's why pets feel like kids is more than a metaphor. It's a psychological response to emotional needs. And yet, could this nurturing instinct also reveal what we're lacking in other areas of our lives? Emotional substitution. When pets become a mirror for our inner world. Here's where it gets a little more personal. Sometimes, the love we pour into our dogs isn't just about them, it's about us. For many people, dogs become emotional stand-ins, a safe place to channel love, grief, or even the care they never got to give elsewhere. This isn't something to feel guilty about. It's actually one of the most fascinating aspects of pet humanization psychology. We don't just raise dogs, we heal parts of ourselves through them. Imagine someone going through a divorce or someone who's dealt with childhood neglect. Suddenly they adopt a dog and pour every ounce of love into that relationship. This is what psychologists call emotional substitution. The pet becomes a vessel for unexpressed feelings, for rewriting emotional narratives. It's part of why the bond feels so intense, and why dog parenting explained isn't always about cute sweaters and treats. Sometimes it's about reclaiming a piece of our heart we thought was lost. Of course, that doesn't mean we're using our pets. It means they're helping us survive, grow, and connect. In a world where therapy still carries stigma and human relationships can feel risky, pets offer emotional safety. They don't interrupt, reject, or abandon. So when someone says, "My dog saved me," it's not an exaggeration. It's a reflection of the attachment to dogs and the deep-seated psychological meaning of loving pets. But what happens when this deep connection starts shifting the way we see ourselves, not just our dogs? Identity, belonging, and the rise of the dog mom era. In today's world, being a dog mom or dog dad isn't just a personal label. It's an identity, a tribe, even a lifestyle. And it's not just playful, it's powerful. This kind of identity gives people a sense of purpose and belonging that's often missing in modern life. When you post about your dog, join pet parent groups, or throw a bark day party, you're not just expressing love, you're reinforcing your place in a community built on shared values. That's dog parenting explained through the lens of modern culture. It's fascinating how pet ownership has shifted from a simple responsibility to a full-on emotional role. People don't just want a pet, they want a connection, a companion, a soul they can build a life around. This is where pet bonding psychology and pet love psychology collide with the digital age. We see reels of dogs dressed in pajamas, Instagram accounts with bios like "Dog Mom X Mental Health Advocate," and it's all feeding into a growing emotional movement. Loving your pet isn't just acceptable, it's celebrated. But here's the twist. When your identity is deeply wrapped around your dog, it can begin to shape how you see yourself in the world. You might start measuring your self-worth by how well you care for your dog, or you might prioritize your dog's needs to avoid facing your own. This isn't unhealthy by default. It just means the psychology of pet parents is more layered than it looks. And the real question becomes, how do we embrace this love without losing sight of who we are beyond it? So now that you've seen the psychology behind calling your dog my baby, let me ask you this. What does that bond really mean for you? Is it just love, or is it something deeper? Maybe it's healing. Maybe it's identity. Or maybe it's the only relationship where you feel completely accepted. And if that's the case, what does that say about the rest of your emotional world? What would change in your life if you began seeing your relationship with your dog not just as sweet, but as insightful? Would you nurture yourself the way you nurture them? Would you start exploring the unmet emotional needs that your pet so effortlessly fills? The truth is, your dog might be holding up a mirror, one that reflects not just love, but unspoken parts of your story. Let this video be more than just something you watched. Let it shift something in you. And if it did, even just a little, don't keep it to yourself. Drop a comment and share your experience. How do you see your dog? What role do they play in your life? Oh, and hey, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. Maybe hit that bell too, because we're just scratching the surface of what the human-animal connection can teach us. And trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.